Welcome to the March 2015 Park City Market Talk webinar. I'm Ron Wilstein, a broker here at Keller Williams Luxury Properties Worldwide in Park City.
And I'm Jeremy Wilstein, the buyer consultant for the Wilstein team. And we're here to share with you our March 2015 Park City Market Talk webinar.
Well, we're at the end of the ski season, and so people are peeling off the clothes and heading to the mountains. That guy on the right, I think you saw him the other day skiing.
I did. I think he was in a Jazz jersey, though.
Okay, he saw the light, or maybe.
Oh.
Anyway, so it is springtime, so get out there. We only have a couple weeks left of skiing and riding.
And then the 2015 resort closing dates: Canyons closing the 12th, Deer Valley also on the 12th, and Park City Mountain Resort the 19th of April.
We're going to share with you what Parkites do at the end of the ski season.
And then we're going to give you our Park City real estate market update.
And then finally, we're going to give you the latest news on Wells Fargo Bank foreclosing on Talisker Properties.
The drama continues.
Yes, it does.
All right, so what do Parkites do at the end of the ski season? We've got a couple big annual events that happen. We've got the pond skimming at Canyons Resort.
Here are the times. It's actually on March 21st. Registration 9 in the morning. Then the contest. A lot of fun. Starts at noon. Then awards, and then a concert at the Resort Village in the evening.
Then we've got the Park City Follies. It's the annual satire play, and kind of makes fun of the last year of everything that happened in Park City. And it always sells out. Shows are April 24th through May 3rd, so get your tickets now at ParkCityShows.com. This year, the topic is the new Park City film studio that kind of went in and kind of stopped and then kind of went back in.
Yes, it did.
So it should be great.
Excuse me. And by the way, Jeremy is a star in this, or at least I'd like to think he'll be a star in the Follies. Definitely is in it. He's been in it last couple of years. And
6 years.
6 years. We're always interested to see what Jeremy's up to. So get out there and enjoy the Follies.
All right, so let's jump into the real estate market update. So there was 1,379 sales in the past 12 months here in Park City. So we're down about 2% or 25 sales. Again, that's homes, condominiums, and vacant land combined for all brokerages.
And when we break it down by category, you can see that the homes are actually down by 11%, the number of transactions, from 579 down to 515 during the last 12-month period. On the other hand, condominium sales are up by 7%, climbing from 612 the year before to 656. Lot sales down. We had seen them this past year up on almost every occasion. Inventory is disappearing, and that's why they're down. Down 7% from 213 to 208.
And then this graph shows the year-over-year comparison of home sales, and we broke it down to the Park City city limits and then Snyderville Basin. Inside Park City, we're down 5%, which equals 9 sales. And then down Snyderville Basin, we're down 14% from 389 to 334. So again, we've been talking about our low inventory, and we're seeing the effects of less home sales, but prices are probably rising.
Prices are rising. We'll show you that in a moment. So when you run out of properties to sell, you can't help but the number of transactions will drop, but values will increase. Shifting over to condominiums, number of condominium sales are up in both in the city limits and Snyderville Basin, climbing 7% from 355 to 379 within the city limits, and then the Snyderville Basin climbing 8% from 257 to 277 transactions.
Yeah, and we'll stop there for a second. If you're thinking about investing in Park City, this condo market seems to be a good spot, because this is exactly what happened to the home market about 12 months ago. And 12 months ago, the condo market was stagnant. Home market was crazy. Now the sales have gone down because there's not very many homes to buy. Now sales have gone up on condominiums. So it might be a market segment to focus on if you'd like to invest.
The other thing related to that is with the lack of homes for sale, buyers shift over to condominiums by default.
All right, let's take a look at land. Look at that. Inside the Park City limits, almost identical. We had one more sale this year, which is 3%. Small sample size. And then down in Snyderville Basin, we're down 3% as well, equals 6 sales. So again, these things are just getting bought up, and that's why we're seeing a slow pace. Because you might remember one time Snyderville Basin lot sales were up 30%, and now you can just see our inventory dwindling.
Yep. Average time on the market is a little bit longer, up 6% statistically, but climbing from 114 to 121 days, so about 3-month average time on the market. So what's happening with prices? Let's take a look at that. Looking at the homes, this is inside the city limits, really nice increase. We've seen this steady for the last several years. 7% increase. Year before was 1,235,000, now 1,325,000. In the basin, 9% increase from 710 to 775,000. So those prices are going up.
Taking a look at the condominium sales, we're up 9% in the city limits. And again, we've been reporting on the condominiums that we've been pretty flat. Now those have been increasing from 490 to 535. And Snyderville Basin, we're up 7%, up to $361,950.
And then lot sales values inside the city limits down 12% from 625 to 550,000. But keep in mind, we have very few sales entirely within the city limits, and so one can easily affect that number. Unchanged within the Snyderville Basin, where there are more lot sales. Prices even there, but in some instances rising. We do want to mention here that we just published the March Park City Link newsletter. Covered some interesting topics from, of course, the real estate market in 2015 to some key once-in-a-lifetime changes for Park City that began last year and seem to be unfolding this year and maybe in the next year or two. Jeremy wrote an interesting article with his colleagues on buying in Park City's evolving market. Very helpful as this market keeps changing. And then we identified the top-selling neighborhoods in 2014. So if you haven't received that yet, request a copy. Just send me a quick email, Ron at thewilsteinteam.com. We'll make sure that you get this, plus future issues. So Talisker's back in the news.
Oh man,
it's really something. And those of you who have been following the news or following our webinars know that there was a multi-year lawsuit between Park City Mountain Resorts and Talisker. That was finally resolved. They came to an agreement just this past year, and that was, of course, when Vail Resorts acquired the Park City Mountain Resort, pulling it all together and really setting in motion the future in a very positive way. Canyons and Park City Mountain Resort will combine for the upcoming season, and that's, I think, all very, very good news. But speaking of news, Talisker can't stay out of the news, and this time it's Wells Fargo who has them in their sights. All-new lawsuit. Wells Fargo Bank filed a lawsuit recently foreclosing against several Talisker companies, and these companies are basically going after a group of firms under the Talisker corporate umbrella, and this covers properties anywhere from Empire Pass all the way out to Tuhey. They're seeking to foreclose on $163.8 million worth of loans and accrued interest. Now this news is just breaking, so we don't have a lot on it, but we do want to share with you what we do know. The filing says that Talisker operated the Talisker Club in 2014 by obtaining loan advances in approximately $1 million each month. The loans to date back up to the fall of 2010, when Wells Fargo and the Bank of Scotland agreed to provide this funding, and they just wanted to make sure there was continuity, things didn't drop off. They made a business decision to fund. Well, the operation of the Talisker Club is important to these lenders, of course, but they are no longer obligated, nor do they want to advance additional funds to Talisker to allow it to conduct its business operation. This is what the lawsuit says. Wells Fargo is pretty much saying foreclosure is imminent. They have concerns regarding the Talisker's motivation and their ability to continue to operate these businesses in an appropriate manner. So rather than continuing to fund it, they've decided that they're going to foreclose on it. Wells Fargo has named 14 defendants in the lawsuit. Again, as I mentioned before, the bank is seeking to foreclose on $163.8 million worth of loans and accrued interest. And the bank wants a senior managing director in a firm called FTI Consulting to be named the receiver in this case. Wells Fargo has asked Cynthia Nelson to be appointed as a receiver to oversee these assets. And so we're going to see her name in the news in the upcoming months, and hopefully not years. Hopefully it gets resolved pretty quickly. The receiver's role would be to manage the assets during that foreclosure period, and the receiver's role is an important one. The lawsuit is anticipated to be a high-profile foreclosure case involving properties stretching from Empire Pass in Deer Valley all the way to Tuhey. And we do want to stress that the land involved in this case does not include any portion of the 3 Park City area mountain resorts. So that's kind of a snapshot on what's happening. It's new news. We will keep you posted as things develop, and I always want you to know what's happening in Park City, Utah. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to email either Jeremy or I.
At thewilsteinteam.com.
That's right. And if you want to call back, let us know your phone number, preferred time, and we're happy to chat with you. Thank you for participating. Our next webinar, it says March 15th, but it's actually going to be April 15th. And you can watch previous webinars on our archive location on the website. So thank you for joining us today, and have a great day.